Imagine the government knew every single thing since birth that you have ever done. Imagine you can hide nowhere, and whatever service you ever use will be connected to your past. Maybe the government doesn't like the protest that you participated in? Well then, forget about that loan application. Forget about the application of your son to school. Forget about everything. What is needed to make something like this happen? What about an ID, a unique ID that is tied to your unique biology, your iris? We've got the founder of Worldcoin on TV, an 8-minute clip. And of course, we are going to watch this together and I will give my input on this. Always keep in mind, what is the worst case that could happen? Because at some point it likely will. If there's one unique identifier across all services that you ever use, then only one of those services needs to leak your real identity. It doesn't have to be Worldcoin itself, and everyone knows who you are. It's the real life equivalent to getting your wallet doxed, right? Once you know the wallet of a certain participant on the blockchain, you do know what kind of trades that person does. But that's no problem in the blockchain space because you can always create a new wallet. Now imagine you only had one wallet and that wallet is connected to your iris. But I'll stop talking here. Let's watch this together.
Acknowledgement of security incidents and sort of existing controversy around the company and what's happened. What is your response to that?
Well, I mean, that it is controversial is not surprising to us, right? I think there is this immediate reaction to biometrics and specifically iris scanning, and that is to be expected. However, the technology is actually privacy preserving, and we believe it's going to be very, very important in a time in which AI will become increasingly powerful.
You know, in the first 24 hours of the launch, there was very, very, very significant uptake already when you look at the Worldcoin token that had dropped. How has that uptake continued, and have you seen a tapering at all?
It stayed surprisingly constant, honestly. We did not see much change either up or down. It's very early, of course. This is a multi-year long or even multi-decade long project. So I think we're like super, super early in the game here. However, I'm really, really happy how last week went from all parties. So I think it was a great start, but we have a lot of ground to cover going forward.
How many people have now signed up for the scanning? How many people have got into the token? And when do you see it coming to the United States, if at all?
I actually do not have the exact numbers as of right now, but it's a little over 2 million. We had a crazy spike in demand last week. We had, I think, over 600,000 app downloads in the first couple of days, and we had lines really all over the world, which was very very encouraging and very cool to see. Everywhere from Tokyo to Hong Kong to Singapore to even kind of in Europe, Spain, Argentina, Nairobi. So it was a very, very stressful week. We had a lot of kind of demand to react to. And especially early on, our servers actually broke down under that. But yeah, it's as I said, it's early. We have to grow and kind of roll out more devices in the coming months. So it's really just the beginning of a long sprint.
Now, isn't that ironic? The decentralized ID of the world had server problems and everything broke down. Imagine you wanted to use your world ID and you couldn't verify yourself because of a server outage. Let's hope for those server outages to continue, that people start raising eyebrows. Or what about a data leak? It better happens now and the project gets abandoned than it happens when already 100 million people scanned their irises. People are selling their privacy just for a few crypto tokens. Nothing in life is for free. One might question, why is somebody giving you something? Why is somebody giving you value, tokens, for giving up your iris scan? Is the Worldcoin founder doing something philanthropic here? I've got my strong doubts, but let's continue.
Alex, we refer to Worldcoin as a crypto project, but I'm interested in the retinal scanning component, the underlying technology. Could you explain to our audience where your competence lays? Is it in that retinal scanning technology that you guys have been doing most of your work, or do you get that from a third party?
So first of all, Worldcoin is a protocol. It's a open source and eventually fully decentralized protocol that everyone can use and everyone can integrate with. So it is not a company. I think that's the first important thing to understand. I'm the CEO of Tools for Humanity, which is a kind of one of the main and of course the founding contributor to Worldcoin, but there will be many others as we go forward. But now to your question, actually explaining where the competence lies, how does it fit together with crypto? The original idea of Worldcoin was starting a financial network based on the idea of proof of personhood. Proof of personhood essentially means that you as a user, you can verify online that you are a unique human being without revealing any privacy related data. So you actually, let's say actually with Twitter or X, you want to verify on X that you're an actual human being, you're not a bot, which we believe will be increasingly important as we go forward. As AI becomes increasingly powerful, you will be able to just do that with World ID without revealing any personal information about yourself by using what is called zero knowledge proofs. And that is, for example, that's one of the pieces why crypto is important. In cryptography, there is something called zero knowledge proofs that lets you prove certain statements without actually revealing the underlying information, which is very, very important. To do that, so as a user to receive your World ID, you have to verify yourself in front of a physical device. It's a 20 centimeter sphere. It's called the orb, and they will be really all over the world in public spaces, in malls, and even kind of wander around cities. It's a decentralized model, so it's not we as a project operate these, but rather you have entrepreneurs and founders all over the world that actually can operate these devices and then earn Worldcoin before you sign up. And you as a user, you download the app. It's called World App, which is the first app that actually allows you to do that, but many others will come. And you click on a map. You say, I want to verify now. You go in front of one of those devices and you receive your World ID, which then lets you verify online with whoever integrates it in the future.
Imagine being so optimistic about your project that you think even though you've got all of this backlash already, that people will line up to integrate with you. He talks about Twitter as an example, right? Avoiding Twitter bots. Would Elon Musk really ever integrate with Worldcoin, the Twitter that is used so widely within the crypto space? There's probably going to be a lot of backlash against this, and a lot of people would be leaving Twitter. Elon Musk was celebrated when he bought Twitter because he wanted to bring back freedom of speech, and so he let in people that are rather controversial. Integrating a World ID with Twitter, a mandatory World ID, because that's the only way how you can prevent the bots, that would definitely push back a lot of the users. People would be leaving Twitter in drones. Now this was so far half of the interview, and I'm not sure due to copyright reasons how much I can actually show you. The rest of the interview isn't that interesting. There's mainly talk around Sam Altman and his role in the company. I will link the video down below in the description, so feel free to check it out. Meanwhile, independent of whether or not you expect Worldcoin to make gains in terms of the token price appreciation, please don't touch it. I am a very opportunistic crypto investor. I make money with shorting altcoins, for example, but I would not touch Worldcoin. I would not give this project in any way, shape or form any capital. And if you're completely frank, it's very unlikely that the token will even appreciate. Just look at the circulating supply and the token inflation, but I made separate videos on this as well, so feel free to check that out on this channel as well. In the meantime, a like would be appreciated, and feel free to subscribe as well. Looking also forward to seeing you on Telegram. Bye bye.